Yes, welcome to the Arsenal stand, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, Mr. Laughter, right here as we discuss Arsenal going to Wolves and Mikel Arteta press conference, and also Bukayo Saka, the star boy, has finally put pen to papers, and we're gonna discuss that as well. And we will talk about a little bit of what I expect of Bukayo. We know he hasn't been really good in this Premier League season, especially this year. The last time he scored is actually December. So he has signed and put pen to papers for the Arsenal and committed himself to a 5 year contract at Arsenal ending till 3031, and he will be the highest played paid player in the Arsenal squad, which is 300 k a week. That's something that we need to discuss today, and also give you a little bit of the press conference reaction, what Mikel Arteta said. We also had a lot of things going on around in the Champions League and all those sorts, but we're not going to get into so much of that, but we will dwell mostly on the Arsenal guys. As we know, the game has been really thick and fast and coming every single week. And we know going to Wolves is another big one. And Arsenal is going to play just today. And it's going to be super interesting to see what Mikel Arteta will come up with. We discussed a little bit of it yesterday, guys. If you are a follower of the Arsenal stand, please, if you're not yet, please subscribe to the channel and be part of the channel. And we will give you as much as we can, and probably also give you a very good brief understanding of the game as it comes to soccer and potentially the Premier League mostly. That's what we always dwell on. Now, we want to talk about Bukayo Saka. The report has really come out so easily that Bukayo Saka has signed a new deal in the Arsenal contract, and because we know that Bukayo Saka is one of the best players that we have in the Arsenal squad, and if he has put pen to papers, that's not a surprise to me, because I knew for sure he needed to and he had to put pen to papers for the Arsenal. Now, the report came from Sevi Mobe. Uh, that is the British, that is BBC reporter who always come out with this crucial news, especially him and Ornstein. Those are two guys that Arsenal kind of trust them. I think that they bring out a lot of information as far as Arsenal is concerned. So they have really come out and said, yeah, Arsenal has put Bukayo Saka to a 5 years deal, and because we know he is one of the players that Mikel Arteta and Butter has actually been very interested in putting him in uh, a long-term deal, and yeah. Arsenal has got their man. Now, as we look at this, Bukayo Saka has played totally 296 appearances in the Gunners. That is Bukayo Saka. He has played a lot of games, as we know. He is only 24 years old, but he has played a total of 296 appearances for the Gunners and scoring 77 goals, including even 33 goals in all competition this season. As we guys know, that is with the rest of the game that he has played. However, in the last 15 games, he has actually been very low on scoring. We know he has had some injury, which was a big problem for him. But I think as long as Bukayo Saka gets back to his normal, I think he will get back to scoring. The last time that Bukayo Saka scored, that was the game between Brentford, that is December 3rd, where we won 2-0. That's the last time he scored. But with no doubt, I think the amount of money that they have given to him, he is the face of the Arsenal. That's how I call it, because he has been in the academy for a while, and I think being in the academy and coming out and being the best paid player for the Arsenal is totally worth it, because Bukayo Saka has carried this team for a very long time. We know Arsenal has signed someone. I see you, Charles. Thank you for joining, man. Bukayo Saka has carried this team for a while, and we believe that he will still continue carrying this team for another 5 more years. And yeah, he is one of the best players. I think many people think maybe bringing Noni Madueke or even signing another winger might kind of deteriorate or reduce his amount of games. But I think Bukayo Saka is one of the best. I see you, Nick Clips. Um, thank you so much, South Africa. Yeah, thanks, man. I know it's so early for you guys there, but thanks for joining, Nick. I'll get back to you as well. But yeah, Bukayo Saka signed, so he is a very prominent Arsenal signing, the newest. Of course, people might think, well, why do you have to give Bukayo Saka another contract or 5 years deal? But if you look at his records, he is just a very, very good player in general. And we know with him, at least Arsenal is still in a very good hand, in my view. He's also like the second captain after Odegaard, which is part of the captaincy, which is good. But his amount of money being paid, I don't really think it's a problem to me, as long as he can do the job and actually play as well as the other players have been. We know we have had records of players in the Arsenal once they get that 300k a week. It's always a problem if you look at Obama Young, but those guys were all like in their 30s and stuff. We look at Ozil, like some of those players, they didn't really turn up well. But hopefully, this contract situation that Mikel Arteta has given to Bukayo would not be a problem for him to at least perform to the best that he can. But I believe in Bukayo. I think this contract, 5 years, will see us go through a lot of things. As we are struggling to go on to win our first title, we know Bukayo as our best player would actually hate, actually improve on Arsenal's chances of going forward to win the league as well, because he is one of our best players. So Bukayo Saka signed. That's one prominent news that we have in the channel for today. And of course, many people have already seen that, and I believe, yeah, Bukayo being that best player, he deserves that. That is with Bukayo. Now, the next thing that Mikel Arteta said in his press conference when he was asked about the two players that we were expecting, probably that would have been back. We know Calafiori got injured in the game that took place, I mean, right before he actually finished with the Wigan game. Before we started actually the Wigan game, he got injured, came out in the warm-up. And also we know Ben White was taken off against Wigan. Mikel Arteta was asked about that. We will look at the press conference, a little bit of it, not all, but we shall also look at some of the things that he said that kind of help probably with some of the build up for the Wolves game as well. So Mikel said Calafiori and Ben White are available. So hopefully that's true. And we know Mikel sometimes whatever he says is just like sometimes trusting him is just a very difficult thing. But I think he said Ben White and Calafiori will be available. They trained today, and that means, I mean, yesterday. That means today they will be in the game. Possibly, I don't know if they will start because I feel like we have enough defenders to start the game. We know Timber did not play in the match against Wigan, so probably having Timber back and also having Nkapia back for Calafiori will still be my choice. And I think Calafiori and White might still travel and be in the team today and actually perform as well if they are given the choice to do that. But I believe their presence and coming back right in that turnaround, it's good. It's been good for Arsenal at least to have those defenders back in the team. That is with what Mikel Arteta said in his press conference, and I think those are the basic news that we have as far as the team is concerned. Unless if I missed anything, I will get back to you again on that. But those are the key things that Arsenal has actually brought in. Bukayo Saka signing his new contract, and Calafiori and Ben White coming back um, to play against Wolves. That is today. Now, Bukayo Saka again on there. We will see that he is gonna get 300,000 a week, which is a very, very big amount of money, and you can actually survive in it as you live in Africa or you live in even in the US or UK. You can survive on that for million of years. So that's a lot of money. But I think he deserves it. He has been our best player so far, and I don't think there's any doubt for me. I would have actually paid him more because he has been very pivotal in a lot of ways for the Arsenal. But that is with Bukayo. Now let's go on and look at the press conference real quick. We will just go over a few things that Mikel Arteta said. Let me share the screen here with you guys. We're not gonna go over everything, but I think would give us also a better overview of what Mikel says that might help us build up to the Wolves game. Give me a second here, and I share the screen with you guys. So it's okay, let's see what we can do real quick here. Every word right there. Okay, so that is on the Arsenal website. They're saying we are back in the Premier League, and this is some of the words that Mikel said when we say so on how Calafiori is after the weekend. He says he's fine. He was training with us today. He's feeling better, and hopefully he's fit for the game tomorrow, which we already talked about that. And also on White coming off against Wigan, they say it was just a bit of a fatigue. Obviously, he did a lot in the game, and by the end of it, he was feeling a bit tired. I mean, tight a bit of tightness in the hamstring, and he's fine. So those two, we already said something about it. And on Odegaard, if he's going to be back in the mix, he said no. For Wolves, he's not going to be back and he's not fit yet. But for Sunday, we are very hopeful that he can be with us. That is for Odegaard, as you guys were asking. We know Arsenal midfield is becoming very, very small and very, very limited, guys. We need more midfielders to really help us move forward. But Odegaard is not in for this particular game, but he's going to be back for the North London Derby, which is going to be crazy. We have to build up that after today's game, and then we will also discuss a lot of things to for the North London Derby itself. Now, and on Kai Havertz, as you guys know, is also injured. Kai is the other one that again for the week, and he is possibility, but so looking forward to having him in the squad. So yeah, that's a very, very good news for me. I need Kai to come back because he has been very pivotal, like in so many ways. Kai is one player after returning from the injury. He's one of the guys who transformed the structure of the midfield, and I would be very, very excited to see him back against Tottenham Hotspur. Of course, he's not gonna start, but I think having him even come in the game would be very, very important for the Arsenal itself. So I believe Kai is one of the midfielders that people aren't like underrate, but I think he has shown us he's available. He has shown us what he brings in the team, and I think if he can return against Tottenham Hotspur, that would be a bonus for me. I would really appreciate that so much, guys. And yeah, I'm happy that Kai would be in the mix for the game. And then on how much we need the performance and results against Wigan. Yeah, very well little time to reset because we're gonna play a game tomorrow and then on Sunday again, and then we continue to play. But really good because that means that we are in every competition in a really strong position as well. So it was good because I liked a lot of what the players delivered. Some players had some players that didn't even have any minutes, and the attitude, the way they attacked the game was very impressive. Yeah, I think, yeah, we know Arsenal has a very, very big squad, guys, but we also need to realize that sometimes when we are having a small squad, it becomes a lot of strain on the players, but having this big squad actually helps a lot, and I think it helps so much to to change the team at some point. And players who played against Wigan, some of them really impressed me so much. Bukayo being in the 10, that was really, really good, and to see something different than Mikel Arteta tries, which was really, really important for us to really see that. And I think having this game come before we could go to Wolves was a very, very good thing for me because I think the Brentford game was so devastating. It was like, I mean, I would say soul breaking, in other words, but that's too much of it. But I think we needed a game where we were we could play easily and then probably go on to Wolves to win. And I think it's going to be important for us to win this particular game against Wolves. So that's what Mikel said. And let's look at the few things. I don't want to read everything to bore you guys, but I think some of the key things that he says, I will go over it, but not all. This is just a reaction to the press conference on being able to enjoy and release it. The position that we are in is a privilege, and we take it because we have earned it. And for so long, 7.5 months is a long time too. Every single day, um, so every single day, do the right do the right things and perform at the level that we are performing to get where we are. So we need to embrace that. Tomorrow we know we are going to play a really difficult match against them, and our recent past with them showed how tough it was to actually win 3 points there. I know Rob really well and how he sets his team out, and it's going to be a tough test. Yeah, going to Wolves actually in general hasn't been that good for Arsenal because it feels like sometimes whenever we go to Wolves, it's just they play so well against Arsenal, and it's interesting a lot to see how some of these teams that are play low blocks they come against Arsenal because I think sometimes we forget that being last in the 20th position is not uh, it feels like they shouldn't even give you trouble, but those teams that are in the bottom of the league are the most difficult team to play, guys, because they just have so many things to play around with. And I think it's it would be really really good for the Arsenal at least to try to win this game, and I think we will win. If we don't, that's gonna be a big blow for the Arsenal pursuit for the end of the season. That is for the title. Now on what gives him the confidence that we can go and win the league this year. All right, this is the most important one, guys. Stay tuned. Give me your ears. Well, they have given me the confidence that what we have done up to now, every single day, and the biggest reassurance is every competition. The manner we have done it, with all the challenges that we have faced already, gives me confidence because it's the way we prepare. I don't get the confidence for the things that I imagine, for the things that I see every day, and the preparation and how much the players want it. We are where we are and where we want to be. That's for sure. Yeah, that is interesting, guys. And excuse me, I think, yeah, I believe what Mikel Arteta says because if you look at the way these players always and always showed to us that they want to get this title back home. And like all these 6, 7 months, if you can see, I know, like I said yesterday or a few days ago, that I don't think these players are just there for fun. They want to win. And I think if the manager tells them that you are able to win and build that confidence in them, it's not about what happens in the past 7 months. It's about what is going to happen ahead today in the few weeks and the few days that we have left. And I think it's very good to see that Mikel is confident, right? Confident in saying that we will for sure go and win the league. And what we have done for all these 7 months and all the four competitions that we are still in, that gives you confidence, guys. It should be very, very open, and you should at least see that these players are struggling. They're trying their best at least to get something out to go on and win. It's not going to be easy, but I think they deserve to win as a team for all that they have done all these entire weeks, all these entire months. And I think Mikel is right there, in my view. But let's see on City here. Then will just close this chapter. There's one thing I wanted to hear say on how much it matters that City have been there and done it before. I don't know. Obviously, we are looking at what we are doing and especially what we have to do in the present time and tomorrow, how we have to perform against Wolves to do better and do better than that and win the game. And that's it. So that's really true. I don't think we need to really waste our time to be thinking about City. Like I've said, so City is good at the level they have been good, and they have really been on top of it for the last few years. But I think Arsenal has really outperformed City in a lot of ways, and they have been so good in this particular season. And I think we need to show the Premier League that at least we have deserved the rights to perform and also go with this league. I don't think Arsenal can just throw away this league 7 years, I mean 7 months of winning and being there, and at the last moment you just collapse. It's gonna be devastating for sure. But I think we are on the right track to do this. And against Wolves, I think Wolves is not super complicated to beat. Much as they're going to play low block, I think we still have a lot of time and a lot of chance to go on and win. Let's see in the comments here what people are saying real quick. If you have anything, let me know in the comments. So for anyone just joining, he's talking about his transition. Please be respectful. Nick, what do you mean talking about transition? Oh, you mean thanks for anyone joining. He's talking about transition. Please be respectful. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, let me know your comment. What do you think of Bukayo Saka's 300K deal that he has got with the Arsenal? And what do you think about the game we are going to play against Wolf probably today evening? And give me your view. And do you have any starting 11 predictions as I gave you guys? And I'm going to also give my prediction for the game as well and my starting 11 for the game so that we can at least see the team that we will bring out. We know Mikel Arteta always bring different personalities, and what we think is not what they think. He's a manager. That's why, because we are just fans, we decide what we think is good for the team. But being a manager is not easy because you have to pull out so many things out and really give the players ahead of time and try to do your best. It's also a very tedious work, I would say, because every eye is on you to see what kind of lineup you're gonna bring out at that particular. Every player wants to play, and I wouldn't want to be a coach. Like I was a coach at once, but that was like for a school training team. It was always a tough job when it comes to making lineups. Yeah, so I get it, but it's not a good place to be at if you are the coach or the manager. So we'll see what Mikel Arteta will come out with in the game. Let's see again. One thing that he said that was interesting here about Mireno. So, on trying to keep Moreno included around the squad during his recovery, there is a time for everything because it's what we want as a team and what the players and the families as well need at some point. So it's a long-term injury, so he's with us now, and every in and very involved with us in every meeting at the moment. Then he's going to have a period as well because the injury requires uh, the injuries requires, and I think the body demands. What am I reading here? Give me a moment. It said I missed you. So it is a long-term injury. So he is with us now and very involved with us in every meeting at the moment. Then he's going to have a period as well because the injury requires, and I think the body demands and the mind demands as well, some time in the different part of the world next to his family, and then he will be back with us for the end of the season. So I think always Arsenal long term injuries go to Brazil or they go to Spain to recover. So I think that's what he's gonna do. Probably Mikel Merino might go to Brazil or Spain at some point to get that sun, or you can even come to Florida. So that's where you could go and have some fun there too, because we have sun in Florida as well. So if we can go to Florida, that would also be good to get some sun. I know Spain also has that. So yeah, that's with Mikel Merino getting injured. That's what uh, he says. And then on what he wants our fullback to be doing further up the pitch. Well, depending on the position that we are playing and which space, as we mentioned, occupying the width, the pace, and the pocket. I have not have that functioning in the team. I think it's really positive. Then we will adapt to the players that we have because some of them are more comfortable in certain spaces. But I think what our fullbacks are doing this season is another level. Um, I guess defensive wise, probably I would say what can I say? Like I think Calafiori brings that threat when going up, and I think what is the other guy? Timber has been a man also going up the field, but I think they're not like going up the pitch so well like I expected most of our fullbacks to do. But I think they are doing something. Of course, they're giving assists. Like Timber has actually assisted a few goals. Calafiori has also scored himself. So I think our fullback has been really, really great in pursuing, like moving forward with the ball and going around and giving crosses, which I think if we can improve on that, they have done pretty good much of a job. I think our defense has been really, really good though. That's why sometimes we forget that our fullbacks also go ahead and like pass the ball or give crosses. But I think in general, Timber and Calafiori and probably Nkapi, even Luis Kelly has been immense in most of their forward driving balls and giving crosses. But I feel like Calafiori does more of that. Maybe Timber also. But I think Nkapi is a little bit defensive minded in my view. If you think about it, it feels like it's a more of a traditional fullback driving forward, giving the crosses, and also having that defensive mind, which you need in a team. I think all the fullbacks that we have are really good at what they do. And I think Ben White, for me, ages Timber in some aspect. Like he goes ahead mostly and he gives those crosses and I think his quality of crosses is much better or over age Timbers in my view, but they're both good players. I think no matter what, Arsenal would still have anybody in the team. They should be able to at least go on and perform as well as they can in most cases. Okay, Mikael, how I mean, the stadium in Wolves, how wary he is of going to Molinax Stadium after our previous match with Wolves. Well, I think understanding the difficulty of the match, it's always there in any game in the Premier League. But when you come to the last stages of the season, you know the importance of every win and what you have to do. I sense the team is in a really good emotional state and really looking forward to playing tomorrow. And that's why play with that energy and that confidence. And I'm sure we will continue to do that. We have done it. Yeah, that atmosphere there is not crazy. I mean, it's not ideal. I think Wolves has been very, very good. As much as I mean, as concerned atmosphere, but I think they haven't been at their best. Being number 20 in the league doesn't mean you've been really, really good in most of the things that you do. Anyway, but we can discount what they have done. Premier League is always easy. I mean, always difficult, but I think Arsenal would have to go there with an edge and win. That's the only thing I need. I don't want to hear any draw. I don't want to hear any loss. I just want to win, and these players can do it. If they did it again against Wigan, we know Brentford was one of a kind, but we did play well as well. Now the only challenge was our attacking was completely dead. But I think at this point, Wolves shouldn't give us that big of a threat in my view, because I think with the players that we have, Noni is kicking it, is scoring. Eze probably might also start for me, or we could even start Bukayo Saka in the midfield. I think that that can give us another scoring opportunity as well. Martinelli coming on is also good. Trossard is back. I think whoever we put in the striking line, whether it's Gabriel Jesus or even Madueke or even what is his name, Gyökeres, we should be in good shape, guys. I think we are good enough to win this game at Wolves. There's no way I would accept a draw. There's no way I would accept a loss, because I think if we happen to do anything between those lines, man, it's not gonna be easy for us to talk on YouTube like this. It's not gonna be easy for us to discuss the outcome, because the one with Brentford, that was unexpected, but I thought getting that 1 point some for some reason might be good. I know we needed a 3 points. I mean, we needed 3 points, but I think we still need to have time to reflect on our past games, because we have been really, really good till this moment. We can't let this slide off our hands. We can't let this go. We can't let this Manchester City take over our chance to finally get this league in our hands. We need to perform. I think if we go 7 points, and then again City will play, on Saturday, they will bring it back down to 4. But Tottenham Hotspur, I don't think they will beat Arsenal. I will give my predictions on everything about on the North London Derby this week. As you guys know, we are here every single day, so we discuss Arsenal and Premier League in general. So I will give my overview on the North London Derby. I don't know why it's becoming difficult for me to pronounce. So the Derby will be one of the game, but I think the Derby will be more important if we win today. But if we don't, then it's gonna be all totally different case. I'm very optimistic, and I'm very certain that we will win. Guys, let me know your prediction in the comment as well. What was your prediction for the game, and who would be your starting 11 team, and who would you put in the striking line? Who would you put in the back? And the midfield always just, I mean, the back line always just counts itself, and that moves me straight to the starting 11 that I'm gonna go with right now as we discuss this. I'm gonna go with Raya still back after Kepa was in for the weekday with for the weekend game. I think I will go with Raya back, put him back in position, and then the defense always just have this on. I think I will bring back Gabriel Magalhaes. I will bring back Saliba, who has been very, very good for us as well. And I think in the number 3, I will start Nkapie. He has been good. Calafiori is still nursing his injury. Probably he's back, as Mikel Arteta said, but I think I won't start him. I will start Nkapie and then Timber in the defense. So the defense, I would still go with the original guys that have been there for the Premier League for the entire season. I won't change anything in the defense. In the midfield, because we don't have Odegaard, we don't have Mireno, I think I will still start Rice and Zubi in the midfield. And this is the difficult one. I am tempted to go for Saka in the midfield, guys. I think Eze was really immense against Wigan, but I think um, I might start Saka in the 10 again. I want to see how he will do in the Premier League. If he does well, I would kind of keep him there until maybe Odegaard or probably what is his name, Kai Havertz returns. I think I want to see Saka play the 10 role again in the Premier League, because that was FA Cup. If we could do that, I'm gonna go with Zubi, Rice, and Saka in the midfield. That would be my starting 11. Let me know what you think. But also in the striking or in the forward line, I'm gonna start Gyökeres right away, but I think Gabriel Jesus was good against Wigan, but I think since Gyökeres came in the second half, he still has more energy. I will start him for sure. I will start Gyökeres in the team. That is in the striking line, and then in the wing, I will go for. This is a little bit tricky. I would do Madueke probably. I was thinking of doing Martinelli and Madueke. I would just do Madueke on the right, and then on the left I will have Trossard, because I think Trossard has that ability to shoot as well. He can give us also a long range scores and stuff like that. I think I will go with that would be my lineup for the Wolves game. Let me know if you disagree with it, or let me know in your comment. Even those ones we're gonna watch later on. Let me know what you think of the lineup. That would be my lineup basically for the Wolves game. I think any team that Arsenal will bring out should be able to win at Wolves, guys. Should be totally draining Wolves to zero and be winning that game. And I think my prediction will still stay. I'm giving them a 3-1, 3-1 win against Wolves. And I think I shouldn't even have given them any goal. I think probably 3-0 maybe. I think 3-0, even 3-1 would be good. Um, I would I would go for that. I think. Let me know in your prediction. What do you think? Do you think I give them the 3-1, or you think they might not even be having a chance to score? I know they still have some good players though, if you look at it, because this guy called Juan is still there. He's a very very good player though. But um, I think yeah, 3-1 should be 3-1 or 3-0. That should be my score for the game as well. But yeah, that's all for the prediction. Let me see if there is any other news that we have here. Uh, he talked about injuries and stuff like that. I don't think. Yeah, let me. Actually, he talked about player warming up here, suffering injuries in the warm up. Michaela Sutter said, big time, they were very different. The first one was with Willow when he rolled his knuckle against Liverpool. Then we had two incidents with Ricky in the warm up in really similar way, and then one of the Bukayo after he rested on the midweek and didn't play against Carrick and then against Leeds. He had that incident. Very unusual. Probably happened once or twice. I think in 6 years that I have been here, um, and it had happened 4 times here there. So obviously we are looking into it on that Willow one. It's one that's very difficult to see. Sometimes you want to try and test a player before making sure that he's ready, and the warm up is another opportunity to do that. And Bokai is very random because he never gave any symptoms or signal away that this could happen in the warm up. But it is what it is. We have to learn. I think, yeah, we have had so many players getting injured, like in the warm up, and I think it was a good question to ask, because I think normally warm ups are just to get your body ready and set it up and tune your body and let your head and your mind and everything know within yourself that yeah, there's a momentum coming here and there's a game coming on here, and just having all that. I think it's just unfair probably to say that Arsenal has been getting injured in the warm up a lot. From the last 6 years, they say it has happened like 4 times or so. But I think sometimes it just happens with injury you don't even anticipate, but all of a sudden it happens. Like in yeah, you can't say oh it's not gonna happen, but it's just happened. So I think there's nothing much they can do. But warm up is good to settle your body and get your body in shape, and also make sure that yeah you get everything ready for the match coming up. Because if you don't do that, it's gonna be tricky for you to just start running all of a sudden. Like if you're training your body for exercise as well, you need to warm up. So warm up is something very very important for any athletes, so anybody who plays the game, you know. So I think we shouldn't be worried about that in most cases. Um, So you said on it, on if it changes how to approach matches in case this happens. So yes, I can feel it in my body. I am more aware of it. So in the office at the moment, I hear my door and somebody is stepping in, and I am like, no, please, because it's a moment that is very tricky. Because when you change Ricky for Bukayo, you have to change a lot of things within the game plan, position, a lot of things that are different, and you have 2 minutes to do that. So yes, it makes you a better coach because you will have to be what if, and there are more and more what ifs just before the game, and then in, and a lot during the game. So you just need to be more prepared. Yeah, that's true. I think sometimes when you have injury right before the game, yeah, it's a little bit tricky. But I think, yeah, it deserves to be announced. Like as a coach, I feel it. I think sometimes we just don't realize that it's very very difficult really to control injuries because you don't know how it happens, and changing the game right in the middle, like Michaela Tere is saying, like you don't know, and you have to put in somebody because the good thing is he has trained his players to be ready. And if your players are ready, no matter what happens, you bring in anybody, and that would really give us Saka Loka. Let's see what we have here. Big up, man. I'm providing all the updates. What updates? Thank you. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. We keep it up. We keep it up. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for joining, Saka. Like I appreciate. Subscribe to the channel as well if you have not. But I appreciate your time, man. What do you think of the game, man? Give me your opinion on it. Do you think we're gonna win, or you think it's gonna be a tricky game? Because playing Wolves every time we go to them, man, the record against Wolves. I know we always win, but it's just always a little bit tricky when it comes to Wolves playing Arsenal. because because it's I don't know, like Wolves and um because it's like every time we go to Wolves, it feels like it's an easy game, but it turns out sometimes to be not. Because this Wolves team, like they don't just sit back when it comes to Arsenal. Now I want to look at some of the games that we played because the last few games we have played against them, there's been some wins, there have been some draws, but I think they always give us a hard time, man. They always give us a hard time, and I don't know why, and why we always have hard time against them. So average, like if you look at the matches, we have played 26 matches against Wolves in general, and scoring per game is so goals scored about 16 goals scored in general, and Arsenal have scored 50 goals. I mean, and Wolves 16 goals, goals per game 0.6, Arsenal 1.9. Goals conceded 48 goals. Arsenal has conceded 18 goals. Clean sheets 13 against Wolves, and Wolves has got 3 clean sheets, and assists 10, and then 34 assists. So it's not bad, but I think they always give us a hard time, man. And Wolves is crazy. It's one of the team that sometimes you feel like they're a bogey team. As long as we win, it's still difficult. When you look at the game that we played in 2025, the first game was 2-1 that Arsenal won, and then we won 1-0. That is last year as well. We won 2-0. We won 2-0. Even if it's difficult, sometimes we have H against them though. That's the good thing. But it's always tough. We always score like in the dying minute, or we score like in the second half. So Wolves is not easy, man. But I think for this moment, they're gonna be relegated, and I think we can add more injury to them so that they can go home with at least 4 or 5 goals against Arsenal. So away games are not easy, like you're saying. Away games are always tricky, but we should have this one in the bag easy. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. But in the Premier League, nothing is easy, man. Nothing is easy because immediately when you think that Arsenal should have in the bag, all of a sudden we are 1-0 down and we have to struggle to come back. And I've heard that many times whenever we go to Wolves. If we don't score first, sometimes they score first and we have to kind of bounce back and score. But I think I've seen Wolves for this season. They're not a great team, man. We should be in good shape to win. If we don't, then I'm gonna be in meltdown, total meltdown tomorrow, guys. I'm coming to you, and I think yeah, we should be able to win. I don't see us not winning because I have the trust that the game that we played against Wigan should give us more momentum. And I think Noni is in a high. Bukayo Saka coming back to his fitness. Declan Rice and Zubi, they were all rested. We should have that in the bag. And then I think also when you look at Martinelli, much as he didn't score against Brentford, but I think he's also still doing well. I think we can still trust that at least our attacking line might outperform certain levels that we have. But I think, yeah, we should be beating Wolves if we can beat if we can beat these almost dying Wolves. I think then we we don't deserve to win the league. That's just the bottom line. I think if we can beat Wolves, it's just we are not even supposed to win the league if we can't beat Wolves. That's just my view. Could be Ash, but I think necessarily we need to win. We need to win. Wolves still haven't broken double digits. We are talking about squad. I better. Yeah, yeah, we better win. I think if we don't win, like man, I agree, Saka. Like if we don't, now we just totally hand the trophy to Manchester City. Like seriously, I wouldn't even invest so much time to talk about Arsenal so much because I think if we can't beat Wolves, then why are we here? Like why are we competing in the Premier League? Why do we run for 6 months being number one and top of the league and just collapse at Wolves? That wouldn't be a good feeling for me. So yeah, that's my view. I think we need a win for sure. We need a win. We can't do without this win. And I totally agree. I know away games is tough, but I think if we can do that, that would be that would be I don't know. I even don't know the word that I would use. That would be it would be almost like killing our own self. Like you just handed the trophy to Manchester City. Like definitely, if we don't win at Wolves, we'll be like totally saying bye bye. We don't need the trophy, or we don't need the title completely. And I don't know. I don't know how people will react to that. How the fans are gonna react to that. It's just gonna be crazy, man. But let's hope, hands down, um, hands crossed if we can do this and win. But yeah, I'm optimistic. What's your prediction, man? Saka, what's your prediction? You also know if you want to join the stream as well, Saka, let me know. I can put the link in for you next time and you can you can join the conversation. I have welcomed people to discuss with me. If you have time, if you have good data or you have good internet, you can always join and yeah, and give your opinion live on the stream. I don't only do this by myself, but if whoever needs, if anybody wants to join in the team, yeah, you're always welcome, man. Either audio or even video. Oh, you're going for 3-0. Yep, that's good. That's good. I'm going for 3-1. I still think with our current state, um, with our current state, I think we should yeah, we might concede. I don't know. I don't know why I'm thinking we're gonna concede, but I think Arsenal hasn't been defensively. We have been good, but I think sometimes we just don't. For some reason, we don't keep the clean sheet. But I think yeah, 3-0 is good. 3-0 is good. Um, yeah, I've gone for 3-1, which is my prediction. But yeah, we'll get back tomorrow and talk about it and see who was actually given a good a good prediction. But no matter what, I think a win will be good for all of us. A win would be really really good for the Arsenal team in general. Yep. Let's see. Time is far much spent. Again, we always do this for an hour. But if there is nothing else to talk about, I don't think we have to keep ourselves just here for no reason. But I see if we yeah, that's my prediction, and I think that's good for it for today, guys. If you have any question, we can roll in for the next 10 minutes. But if nothing is there, I don't think there's anything pressing that Michael Arteta said in this press conference. But if there is one thing that I see, let me see, Saka 10 role, he really talked about it. Yes, depending on the option that we have available, we will try to be as good as possible. We have another opportunity, another option there, which is great. So that is Mikael on um Saka playing the 10 role. And then we say on Rice, worked on improving his midfield game. With every player, we have certain targets and things that we want to develop in the game, especially that can give huge value to the team. And that's one of the areas with Declan that we need to continue to do that because he can be such a threat from every angle, every position, and damage and hurt their position. So I think Declan Rice has been good. For me, it would be my player of the season, but um I think Declan might be my player of the season for the Arsenal because he has been very, very pivotal, like in so many ways, man. He has been super, super good. I don't think there's any better midfielder compared to Declan Rice in the Arsenal team and even the Premier League in general. So I think, however much sometimes you don't play your best, but I think Declan Rice has been all entire season very, very good, man. Like super, super good in my view. But yeah, that's all we can say, man. Thanks, Saka, man. Thank you for joining and thank you for being here. We will see you again tomorrow at the same time. Hopefully, we will go for a win and it will be exciting news for everybody, man, to celebrate the win and being 7 points ahead of Manchester City. It will just be temporary, but I think sometimes we need those temporary moments. And thank you, man. Thank you for joining from Canada. I appreciate it. Share the link and hype the stream on your way so that next time when we come in, you'll be in good shape as well, and we will be moving forward discussing Arsenal. I appreciate your time, man. Yep. See you again tomorrow, and we'll say good night to those ones who are sleeping, and good day to those ones who are still starting their day. My friend in South Africa will still be in the morning, so enjoy your day. And meanwhile, I will be going back to sleep. Yep. See you again tomorrow. One love, guys.